Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So on today's video, I want to talk about something real quick. I don't know if you guys have seen this video of Tyrese on the Breakfast Club with this guy named Envy. I don't know who this guy is. I'm so sorry. I don't know a whole bunch of these people, but apparently he and Tyrese had a fallout. They were friends, I guess, and they had a fallout in 2017, and they haven't spoken really since then. And Tyrese is on his apology tour, as he calls it, and I guess he ended up on the Breakfast Club, and they ended up talking about it. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to address in this clip, but I'm going to show it to you first, and then I'll come back with my thoughts.
Everything
he was on the psych meds then, because you said you don't even remember a lot of the stuff you were saying though.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't at all. Yeah. So just like when you get drunk, do you hold your boy to what he's saying while he's drunk?
No, I never held that against you.
Okay. Do you hold anybody to anything that they're doing when you know that this is their usual self? They were drunk, they were out of their mind, and they end up saying and doing some shit that hurt my feelings, that was offensive, that made me feel a way. But I know that characteristically, that's not who this man is.
Well, yeah, see the difference is, I honestly don't know what psych meds you were on or who you were during that point. I don't know. I don't know.
It's called Rick Schulte.
I don't know. I never had a conversation with you because I never wanted to see you like that. The person who spoke to me on these texts, spoke to my wife during that time at the text, I didn't like that. And I wanted to remember Tyrese as a person that was my brother and helped my relationship, not the Tyrese that I was going through. So I took a step back from
you got
until
the
we had a
text
conversation.
Messages of the psych med Tyrese?
He did. That's what it was.
You crazy? Charlamagne told you to suck his before on that message.
Because you was talking crazy.
Whoa.
You know that. We had this conversation already.
Guys.
But he literally said, I don't remember any of that.
I don't remember what I said that made you say that or made you feel that way.
But to this point, I took a step back because I didn't know what you were going through, and I tried to talk to you, and I seen who you were, and I didn't even like who you were online. And to my point, I tried, and when I seen how you were talking this way, I said, I'm going to take a step back.
And you know, when me and Tyrese had a
How convenient? Yeah, how convenient. Yeah, when the way you were talking, the way that you were.
How convenient to step back.
What you mean?
I never stepped back from you.
From you.
It's right.
You should have.
But I never talked to your wife in a disrespectful manner, and you talked to mine in a disrespectful manner.
Oh.
And I never told nobody that. Even when you were on, and you could say you were on those psych meds, and you could say that you weren't.
What you mean?
But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserved me to box your mouth.
Whoa,
and I didn't. No, we were talking because this is something that I never wanted to say, and since he wants to be, well, why Envy? I'm telling him why.
First, I want to give this disclaimer. I want to stay away from the whole psych med situation because that's not primarily or at all what I want to talk about, because medications are complicated and reactions vary from patient to patient. I don't want to tackle that part of the conversation at all because I don't want to take away from whatever it is that Tyrese was experiencing at the time or whatever it is that he's still dealing with. But what I do want to talk about though is the first thing he said. When he said, as they were talking about it, he said, would you hold a person to what they say when they were drunk? Yes. So yes, hold them to what they say when they were drunk, because there's a reason why people say, and I do agree with the saying, a drunk man never tells no tales. There's a reason for that, because I strongly believe, now I could be wrong, this could be an unpopular opinion, but that's my opinion, okay? I'm not saying it's facts, but I strongly believe that alcohol cannot bring out of you what was not in you. So if somebody is drunk and they start saying some stuff, pay attention. Pay attention to what comes out of people's mouth when they're drunk, okay? Because whatever you do when you're drunk, this is literally what you have always wanted to do. But when you're clear and sound-minded, you suppress that. Now, just because you suppress something and you don't want to let it come out doesn't make you a bad person, right? There is a number of reasons why we do that. Like, it could be because we know something could be offensive and you don't want to offend somebody, so you don't necessarily say it, and you get drunk and it might come out. So, like, All I'm saying is pay attention. Second thing I want to talk about with that situation is the part where there's a part during the interview and they were talking, and then the guy Envy was saying that, you know, when Tyrese was going through that situation and Tyrese was talking to him crazy, he had to remove himself after he attempted to talk to Tyrese to figure out what was going on, but he wasn't getting nowhere, so he decided to step back. As the guy was telling him that, Tyrese was like, how convenient. As soon as he said how convenient, I already knew that he was about to throw in his face some stuff that he did for him. And oh my gosh, I have such an issue with that. It irks me. I personally don't like when people do stuff for people and you throw it in their face. I have a problem with that. I personally try. I'm human, okay? Sometimes you have a little bit of an expectation, but you gotta cut that off. You gotta nip it in the bud. I personally try my hardest as a human being to do everything that I do for people out of the goodness of my heart, and I do not expect anything in return whatsoever. I try to like not tell myself like this person owes me this because I did this for them. I don't do that. That's why I'm very big on no's. If I can't do something, if I'm not willing to do something, I will say no. If I said no, it's a no. If I say yes, I'm coming through. I'm not expecting you to do the same thing for me. It would be nice if you want to reciprocate it, but I strongly believe that my blessings come from the Lord for, you know, whatever good I do in this world. What I am a stickler for, however, is when you refuse to pay things forward. I strongly believe in paying it forward. Pay it forward. If I do something for you when you were in a particular situation, and if you meet someone down the line who's in your same situation and you don't lift a finger to help them, I'm gonna have a problem with that. I strongly believe in paying things forward because someone helped me so that I could help you, and so therefore you need to help someone else. But anyways, he proceeded to ask Tyrese what you mean by how convenient, and Tyrese then proceeded to say, when you were going through your stuff, I didn't walk away from you. And the guy said, I never was disrespectful towards your wife. Oh, I love that answer, because he was trying to make it look like the man was trying to be there for him when he was going through something. No, the man stepped back from you because number one, he didn't know you were on psych drugs. And number two, you disrespected his wife. And I feel like a lot of men could take a page from this guy's book. Like, nah, I don't know what's going on in the marriage. For all I know, he could be like a dog. I'm not saying for you to take that page, not that page from his book, but the whole making sure his wife is okay. Take that page from his book, because a lot of men these days don't know how to make sure that their wife is okay. So yeah, I commend him for putting his wife's peace of mind first and tending to his marriage as he is supposed to do. The last thing I'm gonna talk about was the last thing he said when he was talking. He was saying that some of the things that Tyrese was saying at the time deserved for him to box him in the mouth. I believe that means punch him in the mouth. I don't know. I don't speak the lingo, so I don't know. But I believe that's what he meant. And people were just like losing their mind. I'm like, what is there to not understand? Like, he literally was saying at the time that's what he felt like doing because of the stuff that Tyrese was saying. But people were like, oh my gosh, I would have fought him right then and there. He wasn't talking about right now he wouldn't punch Tyrese. Yes, he may have said it with a little bit of he may have said it with his chest a little bit at the time, because I feel like everything was coming back to him and he did get a little heated as he was saying it, but I don't think that he meant like right now I'm going to punch you in the throat. Context, people, context. Cool, but people just was like, I wouldn't have heard anything else after he said box you in the mouth, because baby. I'm like, calm down. Oh my gosh. Let's get into some of these comments. Some of these comments, I agree with them. And then some of them, I was like, what are you talking about? Let's get into some of them. This user said, everyone on here talking about Envy soft, but not acknowledging two brothers talking out their issues. Salute to them for not shying away from the confrontation and piecing it up. I completely agree with that, because it's not every day that you see two men having a conversation about like emotional stuff. And then someone else said, anytime man decide to hash it out in a way that does not include violence is a W. It's a win. Absolutely. Absolutely. This other commenter said, how convenient is correct. People always take a step back when you need them the most. If you were a true friend, you would be worried because his behavior is off. F what he said. When you're friends with someone for X amount of years, you know them. So if he seemed off, maybe you should have tried to help him rather than want to judge and fight him. Now, I agree and disagree with this comment because I do believe partly in like being there for people when they need you or whatever. But you have to also understand, number one, this man said he tried to talk to Tyrese when Tyrese seemed off, but it wasn't going well. And he didn't even say he stepped back because Tyrese was off. He said he stepped back because Tyrese then disrespected his wife. And he didn't know all that was going on with Tyrese at the time. He thought Tyrese was on some weird ish. And he stepped back. Now, the man had to understand what was at stake for him. He knew what he needed to protect. So if you're my homeboy and you disrespect my wife, and if something is going on with you and I can't explain it to my wife, she may not want to take that disrespect. And like I said, I'm going to repeat it. Unless someone is dying, your loyalty is to the person whom you married. So yes, it is great to be able to stand up and be there for your friends, but at what cost? At whose expense? Another commenter said, nobody's obligated to stay in your life and face the negative consequences of your mental health issues when it's directly towards them. Not disagreeing, because at the end of the day, you have to know your strengths. You have to know what you can and cannot handle, because if someone is going through a mental health crisis, you have to have a certain level of experience. You have to be able to understand certain things to be able to help them, like to effectively help them without killing yourself. You have to know where to draw the line and like point them in the right direction and remove yourself, because more often than not, you're going to be useless. And someone else said, everybody talking about DJ Envy's, DJ Envy, I think I've heard that name before. I don't know. Everybody's talking about DJ Envy's choice of words, but nobody's picking up on Tyrese's lack of accountability or a clear pattern of abuse. He tends to have a talent for running people away. He is obviously the problem. I will say that I do agree with the part where the person said he never took accountability. Like, he never did take accountability. All he kept saying was like, I don't remember that. I don't remember saying that. If I said that, like, don't take someone's, words for when they were drunk and all, things like that. He never took accountability from what I could see in that clip. So I do agree with that. Everybody's like coming down this Envy guy's throat, but they never said anything about Tyrese's lack of accountability. For real. I don't know anything about a pattern of abuse. I don't know anything about him running people away. But I will say I have to agree with that part of him not taking accountability, because not once did I say I'm sorry or I apologize. He did say he's on an apology tour, but if that's how he apologizes, homeboy's got work to do. Someone said, it's good to be in a space where we are openly discussing how mental health impacts everyone involved, and loved ones usually get the brunt end of the stick. I wish more people also understood that being on the receiving side of someone's mental episode is hurtful. Whether or not they're in their right mind, we are all humans, and it's not so easy to just forget things. Most times, acknowledgement or apologies never come. You just have to take it on the chin. I completely understand Envy stepping back for his own sanity. This is a necessary conversation that requires more of a response than I don't remember. Exactly. And that's what I was saying earlier. You have to understand your strengths. You have to understand how much you can take when someone is dealing with that type of situation, because you're not going to be able to fully help them, especially when we can't even begin to comprehend like all that this situation entails. So yeah, I do agree with that. And Tyrese saying I don't remember does not make him accountable for the things that he did. But But anyways, that's all I have to say on this matter. I wish them the best in mending their relationship. I applaud them for addressing it and talking about it like real people. And I wish Tyrese the very best in his healing journey. I don't want to tackle this man's mental health because I don't have his diagnosis. I don't know what meds he's on. I don't want to get into any of that because mental health issues are nuanced and very complicated. So I don't want to get into that, but I do wish him the best as he continues to heal and hopefully a better job, and hopefully does a better job at apologizing. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. But until then, I hope to see you in the comment section. Bye.